Hello guys and welcome back to the Isle. And I'd like to apologize in advance because I was not prepared to record this video. I was just casually playing and then I figured I better make an upload because I had some pretty interesting things happened in it. So I was not recording my audio, so most of this will be voiceover. In fact, all of it will. I spawned in South Plains as I have many times before and continued to try and find a perfect diet. Spoiler alert, I do not get a perfect diet. I was almost completely certain that this was guarded by a Herrerasaurus, so I was careful in eating it. I always get the congenital mutation whenever I'm in Omni, just because of our small size. Then I headed over to Sanctuary. I wasn't exactly using 100% of my brain trying to get into Sanctuary. I could have easily gone around the edge of the mountain, but instead I decided to just jump down because apparently I have ankles of steel. Just kidding, I don't. I was now on red health and needed to heal some. That's when I saw another Omniraptor going in and trying to eat the boar that I'd found. I decided to act friendly towards him considering that he was bigger than me and I was also severely injured. Now this is South Plains regardless of us being the same species and being in Sanctuary, so I wasn't completely trustworthy in this guy. I did call to him and he decided not to be in a group with me. So I had to be careful. I was getting thirsty, so I decided to go and take a drink from the safe drinking spot at South Plains. It was then when I went out to find more food after being kicked from Sanctuary for being too large. I don't know exactly how large I was right now, but it's likely that I was a sub-adult or close to it. I had to go out quite far to find food that was safe, but I did find it. Although I was almost 100% sure that this was being guarded by a Herrera, so I was extremely careful when picking apart the boar. I took one piece of it with me because I was full, and then rested. It was a hoopsie. I was lucky and found this deer stuck on the side of the mountain and bit it to death. It took a lot of bites. I then found this obvious Herrera trap. For just a few seconds before, I could hear the Herrera broadcasting, and then I saw dots under a tree. It was at this point that I officially reached sub-adult, and I was feeling a bit more confident, although I didn't want to misplace that confidence. That Ceratosaurus there will come up later as a very important enemy. Spoiler alert. I then continued to murder this entire family of deer for fun. I did not need it, and I was full. I just did it for fun and laid them all out on the ground. I also wasted a good bit of my stamina doing that. So afterwards I decided to go under the cliff and rest. I then saw the Ceratosaurus again, slightly larger than before. I thought about pinning it, although I decided not to, for I was going to spare him for now and I had a full stomach. 2 seconds later I got bored and decided to try and pin him anyways. And that was when I discovered that I could indeed not pin him, and I could only pounce him. He had gotten too heavy for me, and was now an actual opponent to be worried about rather than just prey I was holding out on. got one good bite on me, and I nearly vomited. It was at this point that I decided that the prey wasn't worth it, and I decided to run off instead. Now, it did try to run after me for a little while, and then I just crossed the river and I ended up being fine. I found this Tenno running into South Plains, and I decided to cause some mayhem and try to fight him. I knew that I likely wouldn't drop the Tenno, but decided just to have some fun. Spoiler alert, that also backfires. Although in the beginning of the fight, I was landing in some, well, I don't know about it, good hits, but at least some good baits. He wasted a good amount of stamina trying to attack me, and he didn't get one hit on me. I had seen that Dilo before, and I was worried that he was going to be mix packing with the Tenno, although I was even more worried that he was going to try and mix pack with me, which is something I definitely didn't want. Although thankfully none of that happened. Although eventually I did end up getting hit by the Tenno, and that put a pretty bad bleed on me, and a pretty bad amount of damage. I would need to heal in the bush, or else I would die. I wasn't sure if he was going to track me down or not. He ended up being respectful and didn't. It was then I went out there and started broadcasting looking for other raptors, for I wanted to be in a pack. I played a poker face and took food right in front of the Ceratosaurus that we saw from before, him not knowing that I was on deep red and one hit would kill me. For the most part, I was able to scare him away until he saw some of my scars and chased after me a bit. Although I later returned to the boar and ended up eating some of it. Not before juking him out though. That was fun. I heard another raptor broadcasting, and immediately went to go and find him. I even acted a bit stupid and took the risk of being grabbed by the dinotes to get to him. It was then that I found this guy, and I could see that he was male. I decided to be a female that day, and I had intentions of having children with him. The Dilo from before decided to come up and taunt us. We were both on red, as he had told me before, and that Dilo could have easily killed us both, although the Dilo was friendly, thankfully. We just chilled here for a bit. We then went to go and get a drink with the Dilo stalking us all along. Although we could smell him because he had a bit of rotten meat stuck to his mouth, so we could track him. My friend had informed me that they were indeed starving, and I immediately went out to search for food for them as they did the same. I found some S diet and led them right to it. I then found this Troodon and headbutted him for fun, although it surprisingly didn't end up killing him, and only severely injured him, although it surely scared him off. After chilling for a bit, I decided to go and look for food for my friend, and I killed a boar. Although strangely enough, when I came on my way back, they disappeared. I went to see if they got killed by anything, but I could find no body. I decided that they might have hard logged, but I still couldn't find a body, and I would have. I concluded that they just didn't want to be in a group with me and ran off, or they safe logged. This was slightly disappointing considering me wanting to be in a pack, although later on I would get that wish. It was sitting in this bush that I've reached fully grown, something I've been working towards for a while now. I had a newfound confidence being fully grown, and started hanging out on the rock assertively, not worrying for anything to come up upon me, for it would take more than one hit for it to kill me, at least most things. This isn't mixed packing, right? I then found some other juvenile raptors at a body that we were at, which was nice. I linked up with a friend from Steam, and we ate from this Tenno body that had jumped off the cliff. That was a lie. I then decided to teach my kids some old wisdom. I actually wasn't entirely sure if I was going to die here or not, and I'm glad that I didn't. My friend decided to follow after my footsteps and jump into the water as well. While healing off their broken legs, we just sat on the cliff chilling. And then we went to a dibble body that was also knocked off the cliff. And I can't say this for sure, but I think this might have been the dibble body from a Coffee Cats video where she was trolling it as her Herrera. I can't say that for sure, but the placing and timing matches perfectly. I decided to have my kids go and hunt the Bipiosaurus that I had seen earlier, which might have been a slightly evil move that did end up backfiring on us. Also, yeah, the Herrerasaurus was still there, and I got badly injured from it in a very bad bleed. I had to then cross and warn my kids of the Herrerasaurus, because apparently they didn't see it. I could tell that Nicotine was being attacked by the Bipiosaurus and was almost going to die. After I healed my bleed, I immediately rushed over and killed the Beppy. I might be the a-hole here, although I had to save my kid one way or another. I concluded that there wasn't a dino in this section of the river, and this allowed for safe drinking and swimming. We found this juvenile Carno, although I had decided that I wasn't in any kind of condition to hunt something this size. For one bite from that guy would have probably killed me. During this time, I had completely forgotten about the Herrerasaurus that was still lurking in the tree above. And that'll be the end of the video, ladies and gentlemen. If you liked it, make sure to like and possibly subscribe if you think I've earned a subscription. I'm trying to grow this channel, and I would very much appreciate it if you did like and subscribe. Thank you for watching.